Once in a while, I get in one of these moods where I need to make a flower wreath. My friends, you caught me at the right time because that is exactly what I'm going to do today. I am going to be using this gorgeous sign. This is a metal 8-inch sign. Hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to DIY with Nadia. This melted little marshmallow right here is Rocky, and Rocky and I are ready to get started to make our gorgeous flower wreath. Symbol, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, my friends, let's go through the supplies that we're going to need. Starting with Deco mesh, I'm going to be using this gorgeous pink and yellow. Both of these are 10 by 10 yards, and this one is what's left over. I'm sure we're going to have plenty of the pink Deco mesh for this wreath, but I absolutely love this pink and yellow combo. This Deco mesh pair is going to look so beautiful with the sign that we're using. For this wreath, we're going to be mainly using zip ties, and for the sign, we'll use some floral wire. The wreath form that I'm going to be using is the 8-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree. They come as a set of 2, so they're quite affordable. I wanted to mention that this wreath is inspired by, of course, Julie's Wreath Boutique. To cover the back of the wreath, I'm going to be using a shelf liner because after moving twice in a year, I have plenty of these, but you can definitely use a piece of felt or fabric that you have on hand. Felt works really nice for this. And of course, this netting that Simba is laying on, I used to get it at Joann's, but now I get it online on Amazon, and I'll definitely attach a link to that. I'm taking this cat for a ride and he's just purring over here. I will also be using a wood burning tool, and I think this one is important for this type of method because so much of the edges are going to be exposed. By the way, it doesn't matter which one you get. I'll link the one that I'm recommending right now, but they all do the same thing. I personally like to use the needle tip, and all kits come with some sort of a needle tip, and I like to use it because it's easy to go in between the 2 rows. When I use the slanted one, I can't go in between the 2 rows so smoothly. But of course, you use what works best for you. God created us all different for a reason, right? I'm going to get started by cutting things out. When it comes to my shelf liner, I'm just circling around the edges here so I can cut a circle out. My canvas, I'm just going to go right outside my row 1 and circle it there. If you're wondering where I got these awesome scissors, I cut them on Temu, believe it or not. And I love them. They cut through absolutely everything. Just going right around and cutting out the little circle. All I'm doing now is attaching the plastic canvas to my wreath form. The second one I'm going to attach on the intersection. This is going to stop it from moving. And then attaching one more zip tie, so just 3. This is a fairly small wreath form. I'm going to fold it back so it's nice and flat. From the first row, I'm going to go in about 1/2 inch and draw a little circle. That is where I'm going to be attaching my inner petals. If you're using a center, like a flower center, I would go in 1 inch, but because I'm using a sign that's fairly big, I'm going to go towards the edge because I do want those petals to show on the edge. And that's it when it comes to getting our base prepared. Now I'm just going to cut out this part, and this is going to be for the outside of the wreath. Going to quickly cut this out and put this to the side. Get started with the pink Deco mesh. By the way, I do have my glass cutting board on the table, and I'm sorry for the glare. We are going to need 18 pieces of this pink Deco mesh. As always, when cutting, I'm going to go between 2 rows. This gives you a nice seal on both sides. One thing I always say when using a wood burning tool is please make sure you're working in a ventilated area. I'm working right in front of an open window, so if you hear birds chirping or anything, that is why. All the Deco mesh pieces are going to be 10 inches in length. going all the way down. If you don't have a wood burning tool, or somebody who doesn't want to buy a wood burning tool for this, you can go to places like Hobby Lobby and they sell a deco mesh that's 10 by 10 already, and those edges are already cut using something like a wood burning tool. It is a little costly because yes, it's already cut for you, but it might be worth it for you. So check out what Hobby Lobby has and what colors they have in those 10 by 10 deco mesh squares. If I find any of those 10 by 10 squares available online, I'll make sure to attach them in the description box below. Let's straighten out this yellow deco mesh, and I'll tell you, my friends, this is the type of wreath that is super quick to make, and it makes such a big statement. These wreaths are so pretty and so perfect for the spring and summer season. If you want to see some floral wreaths I did for fall, I'm going to attach my favorite down below in the description box because I absolutely love how it turned out. I'm going to be cutting 18 pieces of the yellow, and once again at 10 inches in length all the way down. All my deco mesh is cut up. I have 18 pieces of the pink and 18 pieces of the yellow. Because this deco mesh is on the sheer side, I'm going to be doing bundles of 3 on both rows, except on the inner row I'm going to mix up the colors a little bit differently. But if you're using a deco mesh that's a little bit more denser, maybe like a burlap deco mesh, then you can do bundles of 2. It's still going to come out nice and beautiful and cover everything. But as I said, because we're on the sheer side, we're going to do bundles of 3. Now let's make our petals. I'm going to have my deco mesh in a diamond shape. I'm going to do kitty corner to the center, overlap about 1.5 inches, and collect in the center. Then I'm going to flip my petal and I'm going to just swing the bottom petal over the top petal. That's it. And then here we're just going to bring it together. To keep it together while I'm putting the whole bundle together, I'm going to use a little clamp. Let's do the next one. Make sure to lay out all your deco mesh the same way each time you make a petal, meaning if my lines are going this way, make sure that they're not going this way, or maybe pay attention to where your edge is. That way your lines are going to match up and you're going to have petals that are all facing the same way. It's not that noticeable in this mesh, but if you're using mesh that has thicker lines, you're definitely going to be able to see it. Now I flip and that bottom petal is going over the top. Both of my petals, the stripes are going right to left, and I'm going to make sure that all of my deco mesh is doing the same thing. I'm going to bring them together. This way it looks very natural and beautiful. And the third petal, we're overlapping 1 inch, bringing it together, flipping it, and then swinging the bottom petal to the top, gathering about 1 inch and bringing it all together. There's a few ways to attach it to our wreath base. Some people like to rubber band it first and then attach everything together, or zip tie it first and then attach it, or we can attach it straight to our wreath form, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my first zip tie right on an intersection and zip tie the petal right in. If you feel like it's easier to do them separately than attach, you can definitely do that. That nub, I'm going to move to the side so it's out of the way. I'm going to make 2 sets of petals just like this with 3 pieces of deco mesh and attach them to the 2 other intersections in this wreath base. The pink petals are on. Now it's time to do 3 sets of the yellow, 3 little deco mesh pieces per bundle, just like with the pink ones. I'm going to make sure that my factory edge faces the same way, just like I did the pink ones. Let's bring these over, gather, flip, and swing this petal to the top. Let me make 2 more of these yellow. There is my third one. Let's grab a zip tie, and I'm going to go in the center row, row 2, and attach. There we go. Cut off the tail, and this knob I'm going to face down. I'm going to make 2 more sets just like this and attach them between the pink ones. This is what we have so far. Isn't it pretty? Now we're basically going to go in between these to get to that center so everything lays nice and flat. But what we're going to do is, instead of doing bundles of 3, we're going to mix it up a little bit. I want that center row to be a little bit on the smoother side and mix the colors a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do yellow, pink, yellow. That'll be 1 bundle. And then the next bundle will be pink, yellow, pink. And then of course, yellow, pink, yellow, pink, yellow, pink. So it's going to be every other color going all the way around in the center row. And in the center row, we're also going to do 6. As I said, we're just going to go in between these. And I feel like that's going to help these center ones stay in line. So let's start with our first one. Also making sure that my factory edge is facing the same way as I have been facing it the entire time I've been putting these together. So overlap about 1.5 inches. Let's bring this baby together. Flip and then swing the bottom petal to the top, gather at the end and clamp. We have our first bundle. I'm going to clamp it, grab our zip tie, and I'm going to go on the row that we marked. Let's go in, skip a square, and then come out the other way. Put my little bundle in and attach. Cut the tail, grab that nub and send it to the side so this lays nice and flat. Since I did pink, yellow, pink, this next one is going to be yellow, pink, yellow. To make it quicker for myself, I'm going to go in and put zip ties on the line right in between these. Nice and simple. My friends, this is a very quick wreath comparing to some of these wreaths that I make, and it is definitely a fun wreath to make. And my last zip tie I'll throw right in here. Next we have the yellow, pink, yellow. I pre-bundled all of them, so I'm just going to grab them and put them on nice and quick. And the last one, pink, yellow, pink. Now it's time to grab our sign, and the sign is going to cover all of these little tails. So pretty. I'm going to be cutting 2 pieces at about 8 inches because this is a fairly flat wreath. And by the way, this is a wreath that's really good for those of you who have storm doors because it's pretty much on the flat side. I'm going to put the floral wire right through. Give it a good 2 twists in the back. Make sure those are nice and tight. Floral wires are attached. Let's attach them to the wreath itself. Let's do 1 twist at the top, another twist at the top. Make sure it's beautifully centered. I'm going to twist up and then twist around that center row so we can get it out of the way. While I'm in the back, I'm going to go ahead and do the hanging loop for this wreath. As usual, I'm using a jute cord. Make a few knots. Now it's time to attach our backing. I'm going to use the white side. 3 zip ties. Grab an X-Acto knife to make a little hole. Put our zip tie through. Zip tie it. This does not need to be very, very tight. Cut this off and make sure the nub is facing towards the front. I like to lay these out as a little triangle. The next one would go right around there. Swing to the back. Before I attach my last one, I'm going to grab my little business card and just staple it. Then use my X-Acto knife. While I don't sell them, I gift them, but even if I gift them to family, this is nice to have on hand because they can show it to their friends. I have the back taken care of. And basically all that's left here is if you want to move some of the petals over, you can definitely do that. But really this wreath is all set. That's it. Quick and easy to make. I hope you give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this super fun and adorable wreath tutorial. Don't forget to like and of course subscribe. On my channel you will find hundreds of wreath tutorials, my friends. So check out my page. As for Rocky and I, we're going to say thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in our next video. Bye, my friends. That is one sleepy kitty.